Set. And they're off. Last one out was King Cuan, and this 11-runner Tote Guarantee Renaissance Sprint Stakes. It's Queen of Mougin and Art Power together, followed by My Mate Alfie. On the outside, very wide, is Crest of Distinction. Tracking over on the far side, Fregata with Big Gossie and Ides of March. Vespertilio with the runners on the far side, and then Spycatcher, Bounty, and King Cuan. Art Power moves on in front from My Mate Alfie, disputing second with Queen of Mougin, being followed past the halfway stage Ides of March, and then Crest of Distinction, Spycatcher, Fregata, Big Gossie, Bounty, King Cuan, and Vespertilio. 2.5 furlongs to go in the Tote Guarantee Renaissance Stakes. The leader is Art Power and David Allan from Queen of Mougin, the white cap Chris Hayes, edging closer. Over on the far side, Vespertilio, starting to come into for Dylan Brown McMonaghan, and then Ides of March and Wayne Lord. Spycatcher next, dropping back is My Mate Alfie, followed by Crest of Distinction. Still in front is Art Power, and has opened up a 2.5 lead over Spycatcher. King Cuan is coming over the top of them on the outside. Art Power from King Cuan, they're going to the line. Art Power trebles up in the Renaissance from King Cuan, flashed home and is stacking out of Spycatcher.
David Allan joins me now after Art Power winning the Renaissance Stakes for the 3rd time in his career. This horse been some servant to you, Tim, owners King Power as well, and it's great to see him back in the winners' enclosure, first since 2023.
Yeah, it's been a while. Obviously, it was a massive race. He won at least last one, and it's took him a little while to get his head back in front, but he has a love affair with the Curragh, an island, in fact. So it was good that he come out and ran his race. Obviously, he ran really well here first time out this year, and then last time it was 5 furlongs, probably too sharp for him nowadays. So I just wrote that race off completely and thought he had a massive chance of winning.
And obviously easing the ground as well, customary front-running tactics. You put them to the sword quite early on. It's always the way with this.
Yeah, he gallops out well. You know, he properly a soft ground 6. He can run him into the ground more or less. Take all the speed out of him, and he's hard as nails. Even at his age, he's still as tough as they come. And a very willing partner, so it's a grand one to ride. You just keep it very simple.
And as you said as well, this penultimate run here back in the Phoenix Stakes, he wasn't beaten all that far when finishing 4th to Buccaneer Forte.
No, and obviously it was his first run for a long time. Ground was a bit quick for him, so after he ran that, well, to be honest with you, I thought he'd just come straight in and win next time out. I wanted him to run the Air Gold Cup. But obviously we missed that, and he came for the Flying 5, and like I say, I just put a line through that straight away. So if he'd have missed the Flying 5 out, he'd have been favourite today.
Yeah, he's been a remarkable servant, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, yeah, and he's hard as nails, obviously, even from day one. As a 2-year-old, he was there, and he was always in the firing line, and to still have that enthusiasm now is a credit to him.
Yeah, credit to the team as well. Dave, well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, he's won the race, Art Power, the Renaissance Stakes, for the 3rd time in his career. He won it back-to-back runnings in 21 and 22. He wins for Tim Easterby. David Allan on board in the colours of King Power Racing, his 10th win of his career, but you have to say King Cuan, very unlucky.
He was very unlucky, Kevin, but look, he didn't come out of the stalls great. King Cuan was always at the back, and you can see him back here shot, purple grey sleeves, goes to go between, and goes to go the outside of Spycatcher, and then Billy Lee goes back and goes the other side, has to hang on there and wait for the gap. Wouldn't mind seeing the drone footage, I'd have to tell you the truth. But Art Power has just gone in front and was not for pegging back. He looked an absolute picture, Art Power did, for an 8-year-old. He's a credit to Connections. The coat on him for a horse that's so white, he looks so well. But here's the stalls, the break from the stalls again. See King Cuan slowly away, and Billy Lee had to take his medicine then and sits in. Vespertilio, we were on about her, Kevin, with the low draw. She's drawn over on the far side in black and red colours, and she gets onto the tail of Big Gossie and Ides of March, but they don't go forward to drag her into the race from halfway, and that kind of makes it difficult for her in the very left ear shot in the black and red. Big Gossie is one of the first horses beaten, and he's her toe, so she doesn't drag him into the race, whereas King Cuan at the back, Billy Lee is purse, she's onto the back of Spycatcher and Fregata. Fregata's coming backwards, so he switches onto Spycatcher's tail. Over here on this side was Crest of Distinction, who was also bringing him forward. My Mate Alfie was starting to struggle going to the 2-pole, and Art Power had pushed a lovely lead. I did for a second think Queen of Mougin was going to run a huge race in the white cap, run an absolute blinder, but look at King Cuan, still on the bridle with Billy Lee, switches outside to come inside Crest of Distinction and outside of Spycatcher, but for some reason here Billy Lee sits up again. You know, as you think that gap is going to close, and it doesn't, we'd have to see the drone to see exactly what happens there, but when he does get running, Art Power has just gone too far. He's not for pegging back. Spycatcher's run a cracker as well, but King Cuan has come home like a train. But luckily for Art Power, the line has come in time for him.
Has indeed, right. We'll have the head on firstly. And right, talk us through it again, watching it the head on.
Well, Billy's going to go to
following
our right
Sam
as we're
James.
looking. He's following Sam James. His left. He's going to come outside Spycatcher. Obviously, Crest of Distinction comes in. And I'm assuming Billy thinks he's going to come all the way in, so he goes back inside Spycatcher, because he keeps coming in that gap, Kevin. He's loads of time to get there. But he switches in there, thinking that gap is going to close, but it doesn't.
Now he switches out, but it's all too late. At this stage, winner's gone.
Winner's gone. But it is instant decisions, instant reactions. You make the right, you react correctly, you react wrongly. Unfortunately, he just reacted wrongly there. But it's reactionary, it's not planning, it's how you react, it's what he's seeing. So he is seeing the horse in there on the left, the shot under Ben Cohen, Crest of Distinction. He thinks Ben Cohen is going to come across in front of him, but Ben doesn't. So he switches in the purple with the grey star outside of Spycatcher and Sam James. And you can see how small that gap now looks from the drone compared to the head on. Now it's getting bigger. You think he's going to go into that gap. Ben Cohen starts to drift, and Billy drifts in behind Spycatcher, and he didn't need to, but that's only a reaction. Unfortunately, he got it slightly wrong there and just doesn't get to our power.
Big run by Spycatcher, back in third, and also a massive run by Crest of Distinction as well for Jack Shannon, another man enjoying a fine season too. On his second try, this a 3-year-old in stakes company, taking on more battle-hardened sprinters. But it's good to see Art Warrior back in the winners' enclosure, first time since 2023. And he's landed a Renaissance Stakes for the third time in his career, following his wins in 21 and 22. Wins for North of England trainer Tim Easterby. David Allan, stable jockey on board, wins in the colours of King Power Racing Limited.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.